The end is near. In every corner of America, people believe our world is changing.
The moment I saw the planes hit the towers, I really woke up.
To them, civilization is falling apart.
It's gonna be mayhem and hell.
And the rest of us are in denial. They call themselves preppers, and they're getting ready for the apocalypse.
There'll be mass starvation, disease, no medicine.
I look forward to when Mother Nature takes back what's hers.
They're piling up guns and food, but what they really need is the perfect place to lay low. Real low. Enter Scott Bales and Deep Earth Bunker.
My clients are absolutely gonna love this. We are starting to offer all of our clients concealed handgun license classes.
Get aggressive with it, straight out, just like that.
Johnny is a great teacher. When you leave his class, you know everything there is to know about a gun.
Blue!
With the proper training, our clients will be able to protect their food, their water, their families when they're inside that bunker.
But Scott's clients believe it will take more than guns to protect them. So they're relying on his bunkers to keep them alive when the world collapses.
They tell us in detail what they're worried about, and then our job is to find a way to protect them from that. Steve.
Hey, Scott, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Welcome to the plant, man.
Thanks a lot.
Steve Willis works as a general contractor, but he's clocking overtime as a prepper.
My worst fear is that people come here, they rape my wife, they kill my kids. I don't know what I would do if any harm was to befall my family. That's my main concern as a father, as a husband, as a grandfather. Dig in. I need to know that those kids are gonna be okay. Autumn, eat over your plate, sweetheart, okay? One of the biggest concerns I have is a solar flare eruption. The result is going to be an electromagnetic pulse and a widespread grid outage. You're gonna have chaos and mayhem in the streets. The stores in the cities will be looted in a matter of days. I don't think it's gonna be long for people to start coming out into the outskirts to do anything they can to survive. And that includes robbing or hurting or even killing other people. They'll eat each other if they have to.
Give me an idea exactly what you want so that we get it.
Well, this thing has to be an underground fortress. You know, my biggest concerns are the electromagnetic pulse threat. You got the solar flares. All that stuff is gonna happen at some point.
An electromagnetic pulse is caused by a high-altitude nuclear blast or a solar flare coming through our atmosphere. When an EMP hits, it can take out the electrical grid for an extended period of time.
Another concern I have is being able to see, like, outside from inside the bunker. The element of surprise is what I'm looking for.
If you want to be able to see outside and there's no electricity. I got this crazy idea to build a video periscope, but it's kind of tricky because I got to make sure when I build it, it's EMP resistant. I'm sure we can figure something out.
When society devolves to the point of basic survivalship, it's not going to be pretty. Come on, boys, go, go, go. Let's run. Get to your positions, quick.
In anticipation of the chaos, Steve and his family have already worked out their tactical plan.
Let's go. I've created some caches around the property. It's basically a storage unit that is buried underground that contains ammunition and food and water. Anywhere that I go, within literally seconds, I can be to a secure spot where I can defend myself.
But if things get really bad, the weakest part of Steve's defense is his home.
I don't want to necessarily be in my house if this area is under attack. Anything could happen in the house. It could catch fire, somebody could lob a grenade in there.
So when invaders approach, the best defense is a strong and unexpected offense. And that's why Steve has enlisted Scott Bales.
I want to be able to confront them. I want to be able to engage in a firefight if necessary before they even know I'm there.
You're going to be the one that kills instead of be killed.
That's the name of the game, you know.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not really planning on being in there too long. This is mainly just for sort of a tactical use. You know, I just want to be able to get everyone in, keep them safe, come out when everything's done.
So we need to make sure that nobody on this planet can even get near this thing.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
I really like this tactical bunker. It'll actually be our first tactical bunker we've ever built.
Cool.
What makes a bunker a tactical bunker is a bunker that can actually defend itself against predators. Keep people out that shouldn't be in.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
Thanks.
Most of Scott's bunkers are huge underground condos meant for long-term living. Since Steve plans on using his bunker only while his property is under attack, he doesn't need luxuries. So they're keeping it basic. Retractable bunk beds, storage space for food and water, 100-amp electric service, and a generator hookup for emergencies. Build time, 3 weeks. Total cost, $50,000.
Charlie, you got a minute? My guys are slammed with work, but they've never built a tactical bunker before. We got another cool project.
I ain't got time for more projects, dude.
I know. Steve Willis wants a tactical bunker, real basic in the inside, but defensive to keep people from getting to his food, house, wife, kids, the whole deal. So I need you guys to come up with some badass booby traps. That's right up both your alley.
Yeah.
This is a present for you,
Thanks.
and we got to get it built pretty quick.
Okay.
I like challenging my guys with stuff like this. It makes them get creative, and it keeps them on their toes.
The guys waste no time and start cutting the 10-gauge steel for the tactical bunker.
Now, most of the bunkers that we do is almost like a house. You get a small kitchen, a small little bathroom, but we're not doing any of that stuff. We're putting all tactical stuff in it. Once we get into it and start tricking it out, it's going to be a lot of fun. Tack it! Once we're done with this thing, nobody's going to get into it. It's almost going to be like a tank.
I got Jesse and Charlie working on a tactical bunker so that I can focus on another little project that I've got cooking up.
What are you doing?
I am drawing something that I think would be a great new product. Normally, when I think of some new product, I have to go through my boss, who is my wife, Renee. She doesn't just let me do whatever I want. If she did, we'd have all kinds of crazy products. This is like a prepper's dream.
Trying to manage Scott is like dealing with a 3-year-old.
This is actually going to be what I'm going to call a pyramid pod. The pyramid pod will be one of the best above-ground shelters ever built. People can take themselves and their supplies inside, and nothing will get them. Nothing. What do you think of it?
You're kidding.
You know how I like Egyptian stuff.
Pyramids are extremely strong because they're made up of triangles, which evenly distribute outside forces to the base. So while a cube structure could buckle under pressure, a pyramid should always hold its shape.
Whenever I come up with a new idea, I always build a small model. That's my first step to show everyone that it'll work. We just gotta kind of get it to stand up and hover a little bit so I can see what adjustments I gotta make.
Hurry the hell up, I gotta get back to what I was doing.
Months from now, you'll be saying, oh, that was such a good idea to build pyramid pods. We got all this work to do.
No, I won't.
You've got a big issue here.
Scott Free is my special projects manager. So whatever goes on up here, Scott Free has to do on the floor. Guess what? This project just became yours.
Yay.
Okay.
Not only is this pyramid going to be extremely strong, but I'm also going to fireproof it. So that if somebody hides in there, you will never get burnt out of this thing.
It looks like a 10-year-old's fort.
It is a 10-year-old
That's
fort.
been rained on and played with.
You like it?
No.
All right, well, I'm going to leave it in here then. Typically, when I design something, she's like, I don't think so. But then it ends up getting built downstairs. We sell a bunch of them. And she never says, oh, I'm sorry, that was a great idea. So I'm used to this.
Come get this out of here.
What are you doing to my pyramid pod?
I don't want it in there.
Renee, it looked good in there.
It looks like shit.
It's looking even better when I put one in the backyard. The next time you see my cardboard pyramid pod, it will be a steel pyramid pod.
The Deep Earth crew has just taken on a new order.
Whoa.
The Tactical Fortress. Prepper Steve Willis is counting on this bunker to protect his family after a total breakdown of society.
It's the refuge that my family is going to retreat to in times of violence, mayhem, weather, anything. It's going to be the heart of my defense system.
Get over, hey, get a pipe wrench.
With so much work to be done, project manager Jesse doesn't have time to mess around.
Yes, tack it. I love working with Justin.
Like a fucking drill sergeant.
They think I'm kind of a bossy guy and just on them all the time, but we do have deadlines and we have to get it out. That's good. Once we get all the stuff welded up, I can start working on all the booby traps and everything else he wants in there.
But the Tactical Fortress isn't the only prototype on the build floor.
Guess what? This project just became yours.
Because Scott Bales wants to build the strongest above-ground shelter ever made, the Pyramid Pod.
Every time Scott does something, it falls on my shoulders to get it done.
Scott wants to roll out the new product to customers as soon as possible, meaning Scotty Free needs to work fast. So he's recruiting the boss's son, Alex, for some help.
My first thought was this is a total waste of time, but, you know, I'm beginning to see some of the vision in this. Are you working on something right now?
Yeah, I'm working on the tactical one.
I'm going to have to pull you off, and we got to get started on these real quick, okay?
Dude, Jesse's gonna kill me if I get off
Hey,
this.
it's just the way it is.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good. Jesse's a little hot-tempered today. I don't know why. I don't know what his deal is today.
Alex gets to work on his new assignment, cutting out the Pyramid Pod base.
Oh, man.
Okay, says he's got a piece of slag on his eye.
There ain't no dent.
No,
You faker!
you got it.
You faker!
Shut up, Charlie.
You're looking good.
All right, get your ass back to work. All that for a bathroom break. It's ridiculous.
A piece of metal in someone's eye isn't going to slow us down. We got to keep things moving.
Alex gets new instructions for measuring out the pyramid walls. Precision is critical in order for this shelter to be as structurally sound as possible.
The hardest part of building this pyramid is getting these angles right. Oh, God. I just cut it at least a ½ inch too short. Check this out. Yeah, Scott's gonna be pissed, man. That's way off.
Why not just don't tell him and put it on there and tell him he screwed up?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly.
14-gauge steel sells for $20 per pound, meaning Alex may have wasted $7,000.
See that?
You missed it by a ½ inch. No, a ½ inch isn't real critical. We can force those
So
in.
it's not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
All right, cool.
But I'm glad you told me so we can compensate for it. Okay?
Sounds good.
The Deep Earth crew is juggling a lot of deadlines, but Scott Bales isn't around to oversee. He's off-site, dealing with an emergency.
I got a phone call, a hurricane that put out big water, went over one of our fiberglass storm shelters. The shelter is now full of water.
50% of Scott's business is fiberglass storm shelters, which preppers use to store supplies. This shelter was supposed to be the centerpiece of a future homestead for preppers Jason and Tanya. But those dreams are now underwater. Jason and Tanya live on the edge of the nation's capital, and they're preparing for environmental devastation.
Crying out loud, this is the only planet in the entire universe that supports life as we know it, and we're screwing it up.
One of the reasons why we invested in a storm shelter is for environmental catastrophic events. You can look at global warming. The ocean currents are slowing, which means northern hemisphere could freeze. There's so many things that are coming to a head at the same time. There would be earthquakes, floods, fires, all sorts of things that we will have to negotiate to survive.
Prepping became a reality for Tanya over 10 years ago, when premonitions began haunting her sleep.
I started having dreams after my son was born. They're so real. You know, I've had dreams where I've seen like the stars falling and literally collapsing on the earth.
To prepare for the tough times ahead, Jason and Tanya are getting ready for life off the grid.
We'd like to be able to homestead, so that involves growing our own food from seed. It involves, you know, having farm animals, making our own soap, making our own vinegar.
Their 12-year-old son, Patrick, plays an important role in their survival plan.
He makes sure that the seeds do not get thrown away, which is great because one day they'll be worth more than gold.
I started collecting seeds when maybe I was 5. I got these seeds out of my dinner, and I labeled all of them, orange, pepper, onion. It makes me feel good that I'm contributing to my family surviving.
Seeds represent everything that the earth can provide you. Life without the cable box, life without the refrigerator, life without all of the modern conveniences that we have doesn't have to be dirty and hateful and depressing. It can be a beautiful, wonderful life.
To reach that life, they need to get out of the city before all hell breaks loose. So they buried their shelter in a remote location, which will be the center of their future homestead site.
The storm shelter was essential to our plan, to keep our supplies so that we wouldn't have to exit the city with them because we'd probably never get out of the city with them.
But a season of hurricanes and floods has put a giant hole in their survival plan.
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you?
Jason.
I am glad that you are here.
How are you? Good to see you.
We have a real issue here.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty extreme issue.
A quick look at the property shows Scott exactly how the water got into the shelter.
I can tell you the contractor definitely put it in a bad area. It washed down the hill, cleaned out this area, came in the air vent, and filled the whole shelter with mud and water, and that's just not good. Storm shelters have air vents in them. They have to for breathing. Of course the water's gonna go inside. I think these guys need an airtight bunker for what they're looking at. Have you guys ever thought about a steel one?
No. No.
I want to fly Jason and Tanya to Texas so that I can show them some options that I think they might like. Let's get the hell out of here.
Thank you very much.
Back in the shop, the floor is busy with multiple projects underway.
I know my special projects, like the Pyramid Pod, add a lot of chaos and extra work for the guys, but that's how I stay ahead of my competition.
Alex is working on the Pyramid Pod, but since he's at the bottom of the ranks, he's getting pulled around.
Alex! Get a welder, start welding. I need Alex to be working on this big order. We got to get it out.
Alex! Need you.
That Pyramid Pod, there's no customer waiting on that. I've got 8 different customers waiting on stuff to get delivered and get in the ground.
Okay, I need you to finish what you started before. Jesse always thinks his projects are a little bit more important than mine. You know, right now I need Alex. We got to talk about this.
Hey, you know I need this weld. Bullshit! I've got a deadline for paying customers, but we have to get it out or we don't have a job.
I mean, to have them go back and forth. Well, that's an issue for Scott. It's not my issue. You're right. I agree with you. I'm just the messenger. I agree. I'm the messenger. We're just not getting anywhere. You know, it's hopeless. I just think we need to get Scott involved.
Hey, Jess. Yeah. How are we doing on these orders?
I'm knocking them out as fast as I can, but I'm falling behind. You know, Alex is over there working on your Pyramid Pod with Scott Free. It's not a customer issue right now. I got to get some help. I don't know what I'm going to do.
All right. Hey, Scott. Come here. We got to figure this out, man.
I got to have Alex back, man. I got deadlines over there. He's on my butt to have this done by Friday.
There's so much stress going on in our building right now that you could cut it with a knife.
That's fine.
Jesse and Scott Free are falling behind and butting heads over Alex.
No, I need this weld.
To have them go back and forth. Well, that's an issue for Scott. It's not my issue.
The pyramid pod is important to me, but Jesse's bunkers bring in the money.
I got deadlines over there. He's on my butt to have this done by Friday. We have a tremendous amount of work right now, and we're extremely understaffed.
What exactly is going on?
He's got his issues with his 8 above grounds, and he's just starting the tactical bunker. I've got the pyramid pod. They both have deadlines, and Alice is going back and forth, and it's slowing my work down.
Now, I don't have enough guys for what we've got going on.
It's obvious my guys are overwhelmed with work. I have got to do something about this. I'm bringing in a new welder. Will this extra person I'm going to bring in help out?
It will definitely help the situation.
You can keep Alex. He's got a new helper. That'll fix the problem?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Okay.
All right, so the stress level,
gone.
We'll get back to working.
All right.
All right, guys.
With a new welder, each project can get back on track. And Steve Willis's tactical bunker moves closer to completion.
The bunker is going to be the anchor of my defense system. People will do anything and everything, trying to loot stores, kicking down doors to apartments and houses. And if you're in the way and you're standing between them and a means of survival, it's not going to be pretty.
Steve plans to use his bunker for short-term attacks, but until it's ready, he's come up with a defensive plan for his home. His second-story windows give him 360 degrees of sniping positions.
You see a target there, kind of close range. This is kind of like tactical position 1, so I want to be able to defend this. 2 right in the heart, that's it. All right, so check it out. There's 1 there, okay, and 1 there. All right, so that should pretty much cover the backyard. Go ahead and take a few shots and make sure our range is good and our scope's in there. I saw some meat fly. I have 4 window positions, and if you have a gunshot coming at you, you're not gonna stand in the open and engage an unknown enemy. You're gonna run like hell.
Once Steve has his bunker, he'll have an additional tactical position. But when underground, he'll be virtually blind to the chaos outside. So Scott Bales has come up with a solution.
A bunker is just like a submarine. You can't see anything. So you have to put a periscope in there to see up over the bunker to see who's coming to get you. First thing we got to do for the Willis Tactical Bunker is get this camera in this tube.
All right.
I'm using Kenneth, my engineer. He's a fellow nerd just like me, and it'll be perfect for us to do this project together. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom! Video. With a regular periscope, it's very old technology. You push it up, you're looking through mirror, all the way to the top. They can fog, they can crack, and you can't see at night. That's why we're doing a video periscope. This battery will last at least a week or 2 because it's not drawing that many amps. And then this solar panel right here, we're gonna use this to charge that battery, and Steve's gonna keep this in the bunker because obviously if a solar flare or EMP come, this thing's gone. Normally, a solar flare would fry electronics, especially if it was a big one.
To protect Steve's periscope from an EMP, Scott's creating a Faraday cage which deflects radiation, similar to what's found inside a microwave oven. The wires are wrapped in metal mesh, which is placed inside a steel conduit, and insulated with a combination of foam, tar, and metal shavings, all contained within a PVC pipe. With the battery, solar panel, and electronics safely inside the bunker, this periscope is EMP resistant.
Boom. Yeah, there we go. Night vision. Yeah.
Look at the insulation flying around in there.
Yeah, looks like snow.
And now, we just have to put the wires together, foam it, and put it in the bunker.
We got it. Very nice.
While Scott works on giving the bunker eyes outside, Jesse and Charlie are giving it a tactical advantage over predators.
I love challenging my guys, so I got Jesse and Charlie thinking up real booby traps for Steve Willis's bunker to keep the bad people out.
So you can have 2 or 3 of these, or is
No,
it just
the one?
Just the one down the middle?
Sean and I came up with some spikes that are connected to the top of the bunker. If someone came in the bunker that you didn't want, all you gotta do is press a button, they swing down, they're done.
Let's make it into a cross, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, building all these booby traps is pretty fun. I mean, usually it's Scott Bells that's coming up with the weird things, but he left that job to us this time.
On the other side of the shop, Scott's latest invention, the above-ground pyramid pod, is nearly complete.
The pyramid pod that Scott is building is 1/3 the size of the full-size one that we're gonna mass produce. I will convince Renee that we're gonna sell thousands of them. Right now, she's not so convinced. Let me check it out.
Now, don't get lost in there.
I won't. I feel like I'm in Egypt.
Scott is really obsessed with this. I think it's going to end up being a big waste of time.
What do you think, Renee? You want to get in?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. People are going to love the pyramid pod. This thing is going to be super strong. They can hide themselves, put their supplies in there, and whatever's going on outside, it's not going to affect them inside. That's it. We're going to test the hell out of this thing. So you think driving a car in this thing we're going to pass?
I think you can go to a 3/4 ton pickup.
And it's still pass?
Still pass.
What would you think about us lighting it on fire with me inside of it?
So you're going to go inside of this and have a car dropped on it?
No, the car, I'm not going to beat it when the car drops, just when the fire is lit.
I'll take really good care of them. It won't burn at all.
I think the pyramid pod is absolutely badass. This is going to be one of our best sellers. Everyone knows in this day and age that a tornado is not going to pick up a car and throw it 45 feet straight up in the air. But preppers believe that that weather is right around the corner.
That's a huge crane.
It dwarfs that car.
It does.
Walking out here, seeing the crane, seeing the car, I'm beginning to have my second thoughts. Well, is it too late to back out?
Yes, I think so.
I'm a little nervous, I will admit.
There's going to be about 32,000 pounds of force when it hits the top. Let's do it. We are doing extreme testing on this pyramid pod because I need to prove to preppers that this is what they need.
Okay, guys, this is it. Man, I can think of 15 things that can go wrong right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang! That's what I'm looking for!
Yeah.
It took the full brunt of the energy, it dispersed it perfectly, not a scratch on it.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
We had a lot of crap going on between Jesse and I trying to pull people back and forth, but you know, I'm looking at it now and say it was all worth it. Can we ask for anything more?
No. The pyramid pod, it passed its test for structural strength. Now, we have to make sure this thing will be safe from fire with people inside. Well, we got one more thing to do. This thing's been through hell. So let's get the car off of here and get this thing ready for some fire.
Okay, great, you got it.
While the crew is left to pick up the pieces, Scott's top priority is customer service.
I've been in sales for a very long time. I love flying clients in and working the magic on them.
Jason and Tanya are looking to replace their flooded fiberglass storm shelter, and Scott Bales is ready to show them some alternatives.
I got some shelters set up for you guys to look at, give you a good idea of some other options that we have.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah,
let's do it. Steel shelter right here. Whatever you want on the inside, a gun safe, food storage, water.
Nice.
We can do it with this. You know, build them totally custom, exactly what you want, as long as you want, as tall as you want, as deep as you want. That's the difference.
So is the steel stronger than the fiberglass?
It is. I think it'd be way up more your alley of what you're looking for.
So what is the price difference?
It's about a 20% increase in price. Let's go inside and look at some other stuff. We got a few that we're working on right now.
Nice.
So I figured
what's
since
that
we're
smell?
here, you can check it out.
Is
That
like
is the
chemical?
tar.
Okay.
That's what we put on our shelters, that tar.
Okay, yeah, I've got some chemical sensitivities, so can you guys do this and I'll just meet you outside?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
okay?
yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
I'm sorry.
All right, cool. It's all right.
Okay, I'll be outside.
All right.
I've been breathing these fumes for years. And look at me. I'm fine.
Tanya needs her body in peak survival condition at all times. Therefore, she's extremely cautious as to what she allows to enter it.
I want to be in control of my own destiny, and I want to do it in the right way. Nice whole grain sugar, might as well get something from the food we eat. Food is a vehicle for nutrients, so no white flour, no white sugar. One of the main focuses of our preparation efforts is food. We need food to survive.
Tanya and Jason eat only the purest and most nutrient-packed food available. They believe one particular little-known seed called amaranth is the key for survival.
It's been cultivated for 8,000 years. It was a staple of the Aztecs' diet. It has an unusually high protein content, so it's just a really great food source. The Aztecs really valued it on a spiritual level. They felt like it gave them supernatural power. So once we started eating it, we could really feel the power of it.
I don't get the flu. I haven't gotten the flu in 10 years because my immune system is so supercharged because of the way that I eat on a daily basis to purify things and move toxins out and that sort of thing.
They incorporate amaranth into nearly everything they eat, even their special prepper cookies and muffins.
How we eat right now, we could eat in a survival scenario. Everything. We've been designing recipes with that in mind.
Recipes that have taken years to perfect, and which Tanya and Jason refuse to share with anyone deemed unworthy, even their closest friends.
When they ask me for the recipe, I say it's a proprietary recipe, and I feel bad, but honestly, it's not just a cookie recipe. If someone got a big picture of it, I would give it to them.
Jason and Tanya know how they'll feed themselves when the world falls apart, but without a shelter to store their supplies, their plan is useless. While Scott shows Jason and Patrick some shelters, Tanya gets fresh air.
And then here's one that's painted.
And this is the tar?
This is a special
or
tar.
Paint. Okay.
This is what's causing Tanya's to burn up her eyes, is because it's giving off a chemical while it's curing. So it's a special mixture that we use, and that's why it takes so long to cure. It's not just plastic or just tar. It's got stuff in it that also has to dry. I think we should probably go find Tanya.
All right.
After checking out their options, Tanya and Jason have made their selection.
I really like the steel shelter. It looks strong, it looks safe, and I think we're gonna go for the upgrade that will provide us a bit more peace of mind.
Now that we've sorted out their storm shelter needs, as part of my Texas hospitality, Jason and Tanya, they're gonna get to shoot some guns and hopefully walk away with their concealed weapons permits.
Why do you guys want your concealed handgun license?
For obviously self-protection, protecting my family.
I think that the people who have not thought about prepping are the people that are going to be caught up in the chaos.
They're willing to knife you, shoot you, assault you, beat you because you have something they want.
These are the people that are going to make the world a really dangerous place to live in.
First of all, first and foremost, rule number one, every gun you ever touch is loaded. I hope Jason and Tanya never have to use their gun. But if the predator or threat arises, I want them to be able to defend themselves.
Clear? Yes.
Clear? Patrick, this is the time now for you to pick up your ears and eyes and go ahead and step back. We're in the safe zone.
I don't like the violent aspect of it, but I would kill someone to defend my son.
Fire!
We brought Patrick because we want him to be aware of gun safety.
This is capable of killing anything you pointed at.
Whatever happens, he may be around firearms, he may have to use a firearm.
There you go, okay?
Patrick, I think he gets a lot. I think he sees a lot of things kind of with adult eyes beyond, his age.
Fire! Whoa, good shot! Fire.
Prepping has become a way of life for this family, and in their eyes, those who don't are negligent.
They're harming their children, and I feel like they're not adequately taking care of them if they don't have plans in place.
Good job. You did great out there. Look at your target.
I think Patrick can be an integral part of keeping us safe, absolutely.
Good job. Thank you. I know you enjoyed it.
Now, Jason and Tanya will be able to protect their food, their water, their family when they're inside that bunker.
Back in the shop, Charlie and Jesse are working on Steve Willis's tactical bunker. And they've just come up with another way to fight off intruders.
We got our spikes in, they're really cool. Now we're gonna add some flame to it.
It's a pretty awesome project. I mean, not every day you get to come up with ideas like this.
You ready to try it?
Let's try it. This is right up Jesse's alley. I mean, I'm sure he's got a flamethrower under his bed.
I just don't want anybody breaking into my house and hurting my family or anything like that.
Oh, hell yeah. Burning my eyebrows there.
But it's also fun to blow shit up. I mean, that's gonna go all the way to the other side of the bunker.
Dude, that's hot.
It's fucking fire, it's supposed to be hot.
Prepper Steve Willis needs Scott Bales to build him a bunker, equipped to fight off scavengers that are after his stockpile or his family.
I need Scott to be able to figure out a way to defend that area between where my family is and where the perpetrators are.
Jesse and Charlie have come up with some tactical defense measures, and they're ready to show them to Scott.
A couple of weeks ago, I asked my guys to make a bunker that nobody could get into. I'm excited to see what they've come up with. What do you got for me?
We got spikes, and we got a flamethrower.
Nice.
We also got another little surprise.
Really?
Yeah. Charlie!
What the hell is that?
Gary.
Meet my evil twin, Gary. He says he can get through there.
The best way to test our booby traps is to show you what they're gonna do. So we're gonna fuck Gary up trying to get in there.
All right, do it. I want to see it.
All right. Here's our gun port. You don't have to come all the way up the steps to shoot. When the door pops up, you got that. Put your rifle there. Nice. This is our assailant, Gary. He's gonna be our bunker stormer, trying to get in this thing, and we're gonna kill the shit out of him.
So he's a bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
Take him out.
All right.
You better not fucking shoot me.
Try it.
I think he's dead, but I'll keep
Get on him, get on him.
Oh, no, his leg moved.
You got me!
This gun port, it's great. You can rest the gun, you can get down low and shoot. Absolutely great idea.
Round one went okay. By the time this is over with, there's not going to be anything left of Gary. He said that didn't even hurt.
Okay. Well, we got something else for his ass.
Let's see what you got.
Be very careful.
Oh, what is this?
These are the spikes we talked about.
Jeez. These spikes, they are unbelievable. Reach up, touch them, almost cut myself.
Ready?
You are just sick, man.
We're coming in, you bastards!
Come on, Gary. Let me in.
There you go.
Gary, how you feeling, buddy?
It hurts, let me out!
So you like that?
I like that. That's deadly, barbaric, and scary as hell.
I got one more thing.
What are you gonna do?
I got fire.
Nice.
We've got a flamethrower built into our handrail here. We've got ports here. We've got an igniter remotely. I've got a propane tank back here. You ready to try it?
I'm ready.
Let's go. You want to stand like right here.
Okay.
You'll be fine. Here we go. Watching Scott on that first fire test, I think I scared him pretty good.
All right. Jeez, oh, Pete.
So, what do you think we do with Gary? You want to try him?
Yeah, let's cook him. I'm a little nervous about sticking Gary in there. I'm glad it's not me.
All right, Jesse, Gary's coming.
Come on, Gary.
Yeah, it's on the first step. He's making it down into the bunker.
All right, Gary, come on, you son of a bitch.
Gary, he was just a one-day temporary worker. Good thing he never made it onto our insurance policy.
Do you think Steve Willis will be happy?
Yeah, I think Steve Willis is going to be real happy. He can spike them, he can burn them. I'm very happy with Charlie and Jesse's work on this tactical bunker. I don't think anybody else could have done this except my two hillbilly boys. We just got a few things to touch up, throw this on a truck, and get it to Steve Willis's house.
With one project on the road, another gets ready for its final test.
The car test, it was a success. but it's not good enough for us. We need to show preppers that this pyramid pod can handle a fire. They put their food and water in there, they hide in there, a fire goes through, they're gonna be safe. So to prove it to them, I'm going in there myself while this thing is on fire.
We've got 4 impenetrable layers of fire defense and insulation. The first process, we're gonna stud it like we would a normal wall with fire-resistant studs.
Yeah, that is cool.
Fire-resistant wood. Then we're gonna put a fire-resistant insulation in between the studs like a normal house. Then we're gonna sheet it with fire-resistant half-inch plywood. And then on top of that, we're gonna sheet it with Ready Bore, which is a concrete plywood.
It's a good thing I had you build it, huh?
Yeah. If something went wrong, he would be a toasty marshmallow.
The next thing to do is to set this thing ablaze. I believe in my design and Scott Free's craftsmanship, but I'm not an idiot. I called in the fire department to make sure that this is safe.
Skirt. Oh, God. Renee's here.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Renee has been dead set against this thing from day one. I can read her like a book. She is absolutely pissed.
This is really kind of stupid. It just seems extreme. Seems really extreme.
Hi, Renee.
Hi. Is that a burn suit?
Yeah, this is a burn suit.
What's the setup here?
Well, the fire department is gonna soak it and light it on fire while I'm inside. But I will have on this and an air tank, just in case something goes wrong.
Once you flame it up, how long does he have until he cooks?
It depends on how well built they're.
You'll be asking Scott Free and Alex about that.
I didn't think it would be this intense.
Oh, this thing's heavy, Casey.
Good
Lord. How am I gonna get out of there if something goes wrong?
Seeing the suit on, seeing the oxygen tank, it's a pretty big deal.
Here we go. You ready? Wasn't worried at all about this test, and then Renee shows up. Her worries are starting to drag over into my head right now.
Here we go, buddy. Good luck.
There's lots of different ways you can test it, but you don't have to put a person in it. Who knows what could happen?
Okay, we got to burn now.
There's smoke coming inside.
You okay?
How are you doing? Do you need to come out? It's pretty smoky, but I'm okay. Okay, Scott, we're watering it down. I'm okay, it's just smoky.
Did it get hot?
Did not get hot at all.
Okay? When the door finally opened and everything was fine, I was relieved.
Smoke got in through the, we don't have a seal around the door. Yeah. It came in through the door. It wouldn't have done it on a full-size model, but the steel never got hot. There's no chance, even if you had burnt it all day, it would have ever got to me.
As far as I'm concerned, Scott, I think it's a go.
I think that we can put this into production, just take care of a couple little things.
I see an absolute perfect product for our preppers out there and anybody else that might need protection.
We have your blessing? We do?
Yeah.
All right.
That's great.
She's happy, I'm happy, it's time to mass produce.
Boom.
Card drop. And now, fire. We've proven that this thing is ready to go to market, and the preppers are gonna be knocking our doors down.
1,300 miles away, general contractor Steve Willis is prepping the site for his bunker install.
I'm totally psyched. My bunker's here. I can't believe Scott and the boys got it here as fast as they said they would. Holy shit, dude, that thing is huge, man.
It's another typical day at the office. We got cranes here, we got huge semi-trucks, we got a bunker, and in a few hours, this bunker is gonna be in the ground and this family is gonna be safe. You have to be very careful when you're using a crane and picking up something that's that heavy. This thing weighs 10,000 pounds. If it drops off the crane, it could kill somebody, smash a car, go through the house. You have to be careful.
Once the bunker is in position, it takes 22,000 pounds of earth to cover it up.
Ready to check this thing out?
I'm ready, man. Let's check it out. Whoa, man. What the hell are these things?
Those are the spikes of death right there.
Oh my God, man.
You see someone coming down the stairs, if nothing else fails, you hit it, and they're dead. They'll go right through their body. You see this door right here?
Yeah.
It's bullet resistant up to 50 caliber rifle.
Damn right.
So you don't have to worry about anybody getting in here. You got bunks that fold up against the wall.
Wow. Very nice. This is awesome, dude. Plenty of room in here. I'm psyched, man. It's great.
Let's take a look at some of the defensive items.
I can't wait. That's what I'm like ready
The
to
important
do.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is the periscope, which
Wow.
is EMP resistant.
Excellent.
And watch when I zoom this thing in. Who is that?
That's Jesse, dude. That is incredible. Look at that. Man, that's like 300 yards from here. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, the beauty is like that's the one point where people can come in here. And now I got a perfect view of it while I'm safe inside the bunker, man. That's just amazing. I can't believe that.
So far, Steve's happy with everything I've shown him, but I saved the best for last. All right, you know that handrail inside?
Uh-huh.
It's not a handrail. It's a flamethrower.
What?
Jesse, hit it.
Oh my God, look out, man.
Someone tries to get down there, they will get cooked. And if they make it past that, which they can't, death spikes. And you can see them from 8,000 feet away with the periscope.
Dude, that is so fucking badass.
Steve's bunker turned out perfectly. He seemed very happy about it, and I'm happy as well.
I couldn't be more pleased with the way this bunker turned out. It's everything that I had possibly hoped for and a lot more. The $50K I spent on this bunker was well worth it. You cannot put a price tag on peace of mind and the security of your family. I mean, whatever happens, I'm ready. If civil unrest breaks out, I know for a fact this bunker's gonna keep me and my family safe. I still got some work to do, but now that the bunker's here, I feel confident that whatever the future brings, we can handle it.